come to the end of another amazing year in makeup, and so I am bringing you my favorite products of 2018. This video will be my face products. If you see this makeup, I'm going to try to do a marathon of filming them all tonight. We'll see how it goes. So if you see this makeup in another video, you know the situation. And there will be a video on this makeup because I used all favorite products of 2018 in it, and for the most part, and that'll be up after all the other videos go up. I'm gonna try to get these up consecutive days, so we'll see how it goes, you guys. We'll see how it goes. So yes, this has been an amazing year in makeup. So I'm going to break down my favorite products of 2018. Most of these products I did receive in 2018, which I think should be the main focus of these favorites videos. But if there's something that you have constantly been using that even the new products in 2018 in that category were not better, you still have to mention it. So there is a few old reliables in here. There's a few old reliables in here, but then there's some definite new ones in here as well. But I couldn't like just omit things that I have been using religiously every day in 2018 because I didn't get them in 2018. So I just figured like my favorite products of the year. Here we go. We're starting with face. So primer. There is no new primer. The number one primer, still my favorite primer, is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. This is from the drugstore. It's about $4. This one's gross and empty. I have backups. This primer is a mattifying primer. I think out of all of my primers, the reason why I like this one the most is because I have some other primers that get my face just as matte, but this actually keeps it matte for longer. I know it adds to the matte factor. I have tried this primer so many different ways, like to test and make sure it was just the primer, using the same foundation, same setting spray, same this, not using it and using those same products, and just throughout the years are really just putting this through all the tests it could possibly go through, and it still comes out on top. It's only $3. It's like $2.49, $3.49 to $3.99, pushing it in the drugstores and Walmart. It is not a silicone-y, like that clear. It's a white, almost like a moisturizer type, but it does have a little bit of dry mattifying property, like feel to it. But yes, I can't say any more positive things about this Rimmel Stay Matte. It's in a squeeze tube. I don't mind that. It's white, so I always get it really dirty, but Rimmel Stay Matte, I have to put it in there. I have one skin product, and this is the Milani Prep and Brighten Rose Oil. I have really been enjoying this. I have very oily skin, and I kind of stay away from oils, like things that have oil in them, to, you know, or like I always go use oil-free moisturizers and things like that. But for some reason I was like, I'm gonna give this a try. I'm gonna give it a try. I heard positive things about it. I love Milani. So okay, Prep and Brighten Rose. I love rose. I wouldn't define my skin as necessarily dull, but I would say it can be brighter, if you will, you know, looking at my skin, especially this time of year in the winter and things like that. So anyway, I was like, I'm going to give it a go. And the texture of it is an oily texture. The viscosity is thicker than water, thicker than a liquid, but not as thick as, say, a serum. It's definitely oil-based, but it doesn't feel oily on the skin. That's one thing that, you have some oils that are good for your skin, like coconut oil. You put that on to moisturize. It feels like an oil though. It still feels like an oil to me. This one does not. It literally dries away completely, not like super matte, but just natural skin. It doesn't feel like an oil. For those 2 seconds you're rubbing it in, you get the slickness, but then it's literally just gone. And I love putting this on my face because it doesn't feel like I'm putting oil on my face. And it could be a psychological thing where I don't like the oily feeling because I am so oily. And it smells like rose. I love rose scent, and it does brighten. It definitely gives me that little pick up to the skin, whether I'm wearing makeup or not. This is not just a makeup product, but I wanted to mention it in here. Yeah, Milani Prep and Brighten Rose Face Oil. Really appreciate it. They have another oil, but I haven't tried that one. Whew, moving on. Okay, I'm going to go kind of backwards. I'm doing the face sprays because one is a trusty favorite, trusty or reliable, and one is new from 2018. So, MAC Fix Plus. You guys, I love MAC Fix Plus. I have a collection of MAC Fix Plus is up there. One of them might be in my least favorites. Maybe not. It's not that bad. The matte one. I kind of don't like that one. But all the other ones I really do appreciate. This is a setting spray for me. I use it as a setting spray. So I have very oily skin, like I said. I love powder products. I will put them on, concealer, put my powder on, put my powder blush on, powder my face. Do this. Sometimes I'll put powder on before my foundation, then another layer of powder. When I'm done, my face looks great, but it is dry. It looks powdery. You can tell having a lot of powder. This Fix Plus, and it looks like great makeup or great skin again, depending on the look I'm going for. Excuse the sniffles. This does not add to the longevity of my makeup. I never just wear Fix Plus. I always wear Fix Plus and then a finishing spray. But this just melts all of those layers of my makeup together to make it look really nice and cohesive. And I don't know what I would do without Fix Plus. I love it. Ulta had a 21 Days of Beauty sale. Was it this year or past year, 2017 maybe, where these were half off, like 11 bucks, and I got like 4 of them. I love Fix Plus. Love it. Hey, you guys. Got my tickets to IMAX New York. Sidebar conversation. Got my tickets to IMAX 2019, and I hope Mac will be there with Fix Plus on discount. I hope. Anyway. I don't know. That's how much I love Fix Plus. So a new spray for the face that I got this year that I am loving is this Kryolan Fixing Spray. Yes, it looks like a can of hairspray. Yes, it sounds like a can of hairspray. Yes, it smells like a can of hairspray. Anyway, this bad boy, I picked this up from IMAX as well. This was like 25 bucks, but I was so curious. My sister bought it because she was curious, and then I watched her spray it on her face. I'm like, okay, I can't. I gotta do it. And I am enjoying this. So, the I guess, reputation of this one is one that is in the theater makeup. It is basically like, again, hairspray glue to keep that makeup on, to keep that makeup lasting, that heavy, cakey makeup, because theater makeup is a lot heavier than even Instagram glam makeup. And this just makes it work. And I will tell you this, I can believe it. I understand why it's $25. I don't know how much it is full price. Remember, IMAX has a discount situation. So anyway, my can is still pretty much almost full. It is an aerosol can. You shake it up and you spray it on your face, literally just like hairspray. It definitely has that alcohol in it, and I think it just has a high concentration of alcohol, which really sets and fits that makeup. I will say that you need to calm down. Like, once you spray it, don't just walk out of the door. Let it settle, let it calm down, because you'll feel that almost stickiness on your face for a few seconds from the alcohol and just like hairspray, but then it goes away. It does. So just calm down once you spray it, give it a few seconds, and then you're out the door and it's completely fine, but your makeup is stuck. It tends to, I wouldn't necessarily wear this a lot like this time of year because it can dry you out just a smidge, but again, it's your makeup's lasting all day, so sacrifices, right? I guess. I don't know. All right, now let's go on to the actual makeup. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foundations that I would like to talk about this year, honey. Okay, so I love trying all new makeup. There are certain products that have a special place in my heart, and foundation is one of them because I have such high expectations for foundations. I don't know why. Like eyeshadows, I have high expectations for certain brands, and like, but eyeshadow, you kind of can make it work. You can make it work. I don't like to make foundations work. I just want them to work. I want them to cover and be what they say they are. You know, I don't know what that is. But anyway, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 foundations, again, that just blew me away this year, and for various reasons. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to try to go in the order that I got them, if I can remember, I think. Anyway, number 1, I'm wearing this one right now. This is the Cover FX Power Play Foundation. I picked this up from Sephora. Back in April. I think it was in New York when I picked it up. But anyway, I have a whole review on this foundation. This is a full coverage, full natural coverage foundation. It is a consistency that I really like my foundations. Thick, but not a cream where you gotta scoop it out. but emollient enough to spread and use a brush or a sponge, but not too liquidy. So this is the perfect consistency, full coverage, a really natural matte finish, and that's all I asked for in a foundation, and the color match is perfect. This is the shade in 110. One thing I do not like about this foundation is the packaging. It's pretty here, but it's cloudy, so it's a plastic bottle, but it's very cloudy, so you don't really see your shade. You do have to rely on the tester in the store. I mean, it's like a frosted plastic. I can understand frosted glass, but frosted plastic just looks weird to me. So, and also, it's not enough give, so it's a squeezy bottle. But this plastic is very hard. It does not have a lot of give. Like, I had to use 2 hands today to squeeze this foundation out, and I'm not even halfway through it, I know. But it doesn't have enough give. Like, I'll squeeze it now. Nothing's... Look, hold on. See, I'll squeeze it. Look how hard I'm squeezing it. Look how hard I'm squeezing it, and nothing's coming out. You have to really use some elbow grease to get it out, and that's kind of annoying, but the product itself is great. All right, this foundation, it did not originate in 2018. I didn't get the original in 2018, but I think I got this color in 2018. If not, forgive me, but we're going with it because I'm pretty sure I got the concealer in 2018. Anyway, Too Faced Born This Way concealers, foundation. So this foundation came out not in 2018, but through a collaboration with Jackie Aina, who's a YouTuber. She helped formulate some shades for women of color, deeper shades. I picked this up when it first came out in like the next to deepest shade, and it was just too light for me, way too light for me. I gave it to a friend, but I wanted to try it again because this foundation is really nice. And so I'm the shade Tiramisu, and this is, I can tell you now, one of the probably 99.9% match to my skin. Kudos to Jackie Aina, kudos to Too Faced for putting this together and formulating these. And the foundation itself is really beautiful. This is not I always say you have 2 types of makeup that I do where if someone looks at it, you say, dang, her makeup looks good. And then you have, dang, her skin looks good. So like sometimes I wear foundations that I want to look like I have great skin, great flawless skin. Other times I just want you to appreciate the flawless makeup. Like, you know what I'm saying? This one falls right on the line of that, leaning more toward dang great skin. Undetectable medium to full coverage foundation. I can agree with both of those. Undetectable, I mean, we know we weighing it. Leaning toward the great skin, but again, this is the shade Tiramisu. It is very blendable. It's a thinner consistency than the Cover FX, but it's more of a standard liquid foundation. I really like this packaging, this black and gold. I like the frosted glass. So there's a difference in frosted glass and frosted plastic. I don't know. I don't like that. But anyway, this foundation, I really, really love it just for the color match alone. Really nice, but the foundation itself is pretty good. And I had to add it to the 2018 because, yeah, color match, beautiful, you know, can't ask for very much more. All right. The next foundation is not a new foundation, but new to me wearing it, and that is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This is SPF 15, and I am the shade NW47. So I have the MAC Pro Longwear, and I got that years ago, and I was matched as an NC50. And for the longest time, I thought I was an NC50. Yes, your skin changes. Yes, things happen. And, you know, for a long time, I thought I had warm undertones, and I still have some warm undertones. Well, I guess I'm neutral. Like, I don't know. And so when I go to different MAC stores, it's so crazy. Let me know if anybody else, this happens to anybody else. When I go to different MAC stores, I've gotten matched different shades. The MAC Girl and Ulta match me differently. At the MAC store, match me differently. So the kind of consensus though that I was getting was, I don't think you're an NC, I think you're an NW. I was getting that, and so I got the Studio Fix Fluid in NW47, and it is perfect. It's not quite the perfect match as the Too Faced, and when I say that, I mean this blends out to be a perfect match. This pumps out as a perfect match. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, the NW47 looks beautiful. I love the Studio Fix. I don't know why I didn't jump on it earlier. I don't know what that was. I love the Pro Longwear as well, but the Studio Fix is a lot less heavy, but still gives a lot of coverage. The Pro Longwear is a little bit heavy. That's one that's like, dang, your makeup look good. But the Studio Fix can be, dang, your skin looks good. And it is flawless and it is absolutely beautiful. This is a natural finish. I wouldn't give it a full matte finish. I wouldn't give it that. You definitely have to set this with a powder, but it can be a light powder. But it is just, it's absolutely beautiful. Again, this is in the good skin category. And it lasts all day. It has SPF 15 in it. And I don't get that breakdown. None of these I get the breakdown with, these foundations. So Studio Fix Fluid. I wish I had a pump. They sell a pump for $10, but the way my bank account's set up, that's what we're not going to do. All right, so my watch keeps going off. It thinks I'm working out. All right. The next foundation is the Huda Beauty, oh my God, what is the name of this? Faux Filter High Coverage Cream Foundation. Now, this foundation has got a lot of mixed reviews. I love it. I really do. I picked this up. It was definitely 2018. Was I in New York with it? No, I went to King of Prussia and got it. So this was a few months ago. I picked this up. One, I like the bottle. I like the packaging. It's plastic, acrylic. It's not glass. Anyway, I'm the shade 520G Nutmeg. This is another beautiful finish, a beautiful match for me. Just like the Studio Fix in the sense of it blends out beautifully in a great match. Full coverage. This is a matte finish for me. I love this foundation. It lasts a long time. It photographs really well. I don't know if there's some type of light reflecting particles in it. I don't know, but it photographs really, really beautifully. In person, it's dang, you know, she got good makeup, but like in photographs, it's dang, she has good skin. I don't know. I can't really describe what that effect would be in photographs, but it photographs really well, and I think it's really pretty. It does not oxidize at all. And yeah, that is the Huda Beauty, you know, faux filter. I don't have any favorite drugstore foundations. I realized that this year. Drugstore was kind of all over the place. But that's okay. Just realize that. The last foundation that I want to talk about is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Tint. Okay, so this came out, this was out for years. Not in this tube, not in this packaging. This was out for years. Never tried the Matte Velvet. It was in a little bottle, almost like a squeeze tube thing. Never tried it. I don't know why matte and velvet is... that screams to me. I bought the NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint for that reason. I don't know why I didn't try the old one. A lot of people, this is another mixed reviews thing. A lot of people didn't like this reformulation. This is the new formulation of it. New packaging. I got the shade Y535. I love this foundation as well. This is a definite full coverage. Dang girl, your makeup look good. It says matte velvet skin, but I wouldn't say it looks like skin. But it's full coverage. That 24 hour, I've never worn it 24 hours, but I've worn it long days. All my days are at least 12 to 14 hours. Simply because I work 2 jobs every single day, and I'm all over the place. And when I get home, I don't right away take my makeup off all the time. I might film another video or do homework or what have you. And it has held up. It does hold up. What does it say on the back? Does it say anything else that I should say? No. But yeah, this matte velvet skin, it reminds me of the NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint a little bit, although the NARS one is a little bit thicker. This is a nicer consistency, in the middle of a liquid and cream consistency. Blends out really nicely. It does benefit from a beauty blender, from a sponge, or Real Technique sponge, whatever you have. It does benefit from a sponge. I prefer it put on with a sponge versus a brush. And that's just with some foundations. And I dropped it because that's what I do. Pick it up with my feet. And there we go. There we go. All right, on to, I only have 2 concealers. The first one is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I am wearing this today. I have the shade Maple. This is one, I only have this shade that I definitely want to invest in other shades. I have really been enjoying this. I only use it on the under eye area, like down the middle of my face. I don't necessarily sculpt and all that with them. I only have 1 shade. I know a lot of people that do, but I really enjoy this for what it is. It says super coverage. I don't know what that means. It's full coverage. But I don't know what that means. It's no more full coverage than any other full coverage concealer. I think just with the consistency of it, it is a thinner, it's it's a standard concealer or wand concealer texture. I think to be even more super coverage, I just think the consistency has to be a little thicker. Now, thick doesn't always equate to more coverage, but kind of in a general like rule or general pattern that I see, you're not going to get like super maximum coverage out of something this thin. Not in my experience, but I still love it. It's full coverage. The shade is beautiful. The shade Maple is the right shade of brightness for me to give that natural. It's not like my drag queen bright, but I really picked a great shade with this, and it's done really well. And I love the amount of product that you get for a concealer. This is 15 milliliters, so this is half of a bottle of foundation. The Too Faced Born This Way foundation is 30 milliliters, so you're getting half of this. Yeah, you're getting half of a bottle of foundation in here. So you could use this as foundation if you really liked it. And for comparison, the next concealer that I'm going to talk about that's a favorite, you only get 6 milliliters in there. So in here you get over twice as much. So I thought that was really, really good. All right, and then the last concealer that I want to talk about is the Maybelline Age Rewind. Oh my God, these are great. Drugstore, probably about $6 to $7 is how much I pay for them. You get 6 milliliters. So how this works is, mine are really gross looking now. Anyway, you got a little they expanded their shades. Let me calm down. They expanded their shades. They didn't have that many shades in this Age Rewind. I had like a pinky brightening one, but it wasn't like a skin tone one. Anyway, they expanded the shades. So I have here in my hand, I have caramel and I have hazelnut. Hazelnut is what I use on those no makeup days. Just a little bit of something with some powder. And then caramel is what I use on a regular basis to give me that nice natural brightness that I like. It's around the same shade as Maple from Too Faced. And then I think I have an even lighter one where I'm doing when I'm being extra. But it has this sponge on the top that I don't use to blend. Maybelline says you can use it to blend. I don't use it to blend. You just twist it up and some comes out, and I dab it on my under eyes and use a completely different brush or sponge or whatever. The packaging is okay. I like that you get every little bit out. It has that vacuum plunger type of thing in there, so you are going to get all of your product out of here, which I can really appreciate, and you know exactly how much you have left, which is awesome. You can see I really like these. However, it's just the product that's really nice. These are full coverage concealers. I'm going to give it to them. They are probably maybe a little bit thinner than the Too Faced Born This Way. But they blend out beautifully. They set beautifully. They do not crease. And for $5 or $6, like Maybelline, you did it. You did it. Absolutely beautiful. Pick up all the shades. They're wonderful. I wouldn't use them as a foundation, but I have Spot did my face and then put on powder for, again, a no makeup, quick out the door, let's go situation. Alright, so now on to any powder products for the face. So the first one I want to talk about is the under eye setting powder that I've been using. So you guys know for years my Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder in Golden Almond Finish was my favorite. It is still a lovely powder. It is still wonderful. But what has beaten that is the MAC Studio Fix Powder in C8. So I've had this for a while. I really started respecting it, using it under the eyes. The guy that sold this to me in MAC sold it to me for my face. And I bought it like a dummy. But anyway, I had it for a while. And I don't know why it took me so long to start putting it under my eyes. I don't know. But this is a full coverage powder foundation, if you will. But it works under the eyes. Again, the shade is C8. And I love the Black Radiance Golden Almond Finish. It sets beautifully. It gives that nice tint of brightness, yellowy brightness. But this one just has a little bit more. It has a little bit more coverage. It's still similar tone. The Black Radiance might be a little bit lighter. But it has a similar tone. That yellowy golden under eye that I love. But it gives a little bit more coverage. So you can get away. I can get away with using maybe a lighter coverage concealer. Because this powder will not only set and be matte and last all day. But it'll give that extra oomph to take a medium coverage concealer into a full coverage concealer. So, well done, MAC Studio Fix. Well done. And then, all over my face, I could not, let me calm down. I have tried a lot of face powders. Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder is still a favorite, but there was a powder that I reached for more in 2018 to set my face than that, and I have to give it a mention, and it is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder in number 6. Okay? So this powder is very light. It's like air. It's it's very light, and I have done a great job of combating my oil these days, like with the right primers and the right sprays. So I have branched out into much lighter finishing powders, and this is one of those. And it has a glow. It does have a glow to it. There's no shimmer, there's no glitter, but there's definitely, it reminds me of like the Huda. You see that light reflecting glow in that powder? And I'll set my matte foundations with it, and it just gives that beautiful natural look to it, especially if I'm wearing a super, super matte foundation. Any one of these foundations, I'm wearing this powder today, any one of these matte foundations that I showed you guys in my favorites today would look beautiful with this topped over it. Just give it that extra glow. I don't know, I was looking for another word. Glow. Here we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, contour. There is a contour that knocked out my Black Radiance contour kit. I love that kit. I hit pan on like 2 of them. It's the bomb. This is the Nicka K New York. This is a brand that's in the beauty stores, local beauty stores, and this is the Nicka K Contour Duo. Specifically this shade here. This shade works. It does. But this isn't the perfect contour shade for me. This bad boy is $3 at my local beauty supply store. And they have quite a few duos like this that are blush duos, highlight duos, contour duos. They have probably like a dozen. Whoa! Probably like a dozen of these duos. And this is a matte, cool toned, wonderful contour for my skin. I absolutely love it. There's nothing, I haven't hit pan on it. I've used it. I mean, pretty much every time I use doing my makeup, I've been using this one in the past few months. And I have not hit pan on it. I think this one lasts longer. Not talking about on the face, but like just the product lasts longer than the Black Radiance one. I'm pretty sure you get more in the pan. But yes, wonderful matte contour for $3. It just came in and swooped and beat the Black Radiance contour palette. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know. I just feel like I haven't. This one, the True Complexion Contour Palette. This here. This my favorite contour shade, as you can see. But this is taking the cake. Great job, beauty supply store. Great job. All right, on to blush. These are not new blushes. I do not have any new favorite blushes for 2018. To be honest, I didn't give any other blushes a chance. I'm getting some hand sanitizer. I didn't give any other blushes a chance. I love blush, and blush is one of those things in my collection where I have to tell myself to use a different one. I don't know why. Eyeshadow palette, I'm like, which one I'm wearing today? Foundation, which one I'm wearing today? Blush. I know what I'm wearing. Like, it don't even matter what the look is. I know which one and I love blush. And I love my blushes that I have. But that, I don't know what that is with blush, but that comfort zone. Maybe because, like, being a darker woman, going too far with blush, you can be clownish, like, quick. I don't know. Or, like, they're too light and ashy. I don't know. I don't really know why I have to tell myself to use different blushes, but I have to give them a shout out because they're the top 2 blushes of 2018 that I've used. And that is the MAC powder blushes. This first one is Raisin. This is my favorite blush of all time. This is a matte, is that warm or neutral? Mauve-y shade. It is so pretty. So pretty. I'm not wearing that today, but this is wonderful. And I have not hit pan on it. I had it for years. And then the other one is in that same tone of Raisin, but it has some satiny shimmer to it. And this is Ambering Rose. Talked about these 100 times. 100 times over. And this is a sheer tone shimmer blush. I really enjoy MAC blushes. I think they make great blushes for women of color. So anyway, Ambering Rose. I'm wearing Ambering Rose today. And look at the cheek. Look at the little cheek. Look at the little cheek. Not much to say. Beautiful. Beautiful quality, great quality, beautiful blushes. They look great on the skin. Gotta give it to them. 2018. Maybe they win in 2019 too. I don't know. I might have to hide them from myself. I don't know. Finally, I have one highlighter, and I did not get it in 2018, but I have one highlighter that is the go-to. It has so many highlighters this year. My Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors are beautiful, but they weren't, none of those tones were like every day I could wear with any look type of highlighters. They have their time and they have their place, and I love all of them. But one that I can say, like, if I didn't even know what look I was doing, I would grab this highlighter because I think it looks great on my skin. I think it's the perfect highlighter for warm skin. And it is MAC's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Gold Deposit. I could not leave it out simply because I got it years ago. MAC Gold Deposit is a mineralized skin finish. It is a baked on a terracotta towel, and it has so much dimension in the pan of, you know, different swirls of gold tone. And this is what it looks like. There is no glitter. There is no reflex of anything. It's just pure on color. Let me blend it on my hand. Pure on goldeny goodness. Look at that. I'm extra. I pack it on. I'm wearing Gold Deposit today. I pack it on, and that's okay, but you can pack it on and it still doesn't look like she packed that highlighter on. You know, it doesn't look like that layer upon layer that some highlighters can give you, or any like shimmery product that can give you. And I don't know, MAC Gold Deposit, this Shimmering Skin Perfector, and MAC Shimmering Skin Perfectors overall are wonderful, but this specific shade is something that's going in my makeup bag. If I don't have time to pick out makeup, and I'm like, I'll grab a palette. I don't care what shades are in the palette. Gold Deposit gonna work with it. And that's what it is. So, thank you for listening to me ramble for this long on my favorite face products. Stay tuned for my favorite eye products videos. Lips, tools, and brushes, and then my least favorites. Those videos are coming. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in the video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!